The night Adamma was born, the sky refused to stay quiet. Rain beat the red earth of Imuru as though it was angry with the village, and thunder cracked open the darkness like talking drums calling spirits home. Women whispered behind closed doors that no child born on such a night would live an ordinary life. Adamma's mother, Nwanyis, labored alone in a small mud house at the edge of the village. There were no relatives beside her, no strong arms to wipe her sweat, only pain, fear, and hope wrestling inside her chest. When the child finally cried, weak but determined, Nwanyis smiled. "My daughter," she whispered, her voice trembling, "you have come." But joy did not stay long. Before dawn, Nwanyis' breath grew shallow. By the time the first cock crowed, her spirit had slipped away quietly, like someone who knew she was not welcome to stay. The baby slept beside her lifeless body, unaware that her life had already begun with loss. A secret wrapped in fear. At sunrise, palace messengers arrived, not with celebration, but with urgency and shame. The child belonged to Eze Mbadike, king of Imuru. But Nwanyis had been poor, voiceless, unworthy in the eyes of tradition. A king was not supposed to plant his seed in common soil. The elders warned him. The king listened to fear. "Take the child away," he ordered, his voice heavy. "Let no one trace her back to me. No naming ceremony. No royal mark. No protection." They carried Adamma like a mistake that needed hiding and left her at the door of Mama Udoka, a widowed potter whose life had already been bent by hardship. Mama Udoka opened her door and found a child she did not ask for, wrapped in cloth too fine for her poor hands. She looked up at the retreating messengers and sighed. "So this is what the world has given me now," she murmured. She carried the baby inside. And the palace doors closed behind Adamma forever. Growing where love was scarce. Adamma grew up knowing hunger before she knew laughter. Mama Udoka loved her, but love alone could not chase poverty away. There were days they shared one meal, days they shared none. During festivals, Adamma watched other children dance in new wrappers while she sat on the ground, mending tears in hers. Still, she never complained. There was a quiet strength in her movements, a dignity that made even elders pause when she passed. She spoke gently, listened deeply, and worked harder than children twice her age. Sometimes, Mama Udoka would stare at her and whisper, "Child, you are not ordinary." Adamma never understood why those words made her chest ache. Death leaves her alone. When Adamma turned 15, sickness came like a thief. Mama Udoka's cough worsened. Her body grew thin, her voice weaker. There was no money for herbs, no family to call. On the final night, Mama Udoka held Adamma's hand. "I am sorry," she said, tears sliding down her face. "I wanted to give you more." Adamma shook her head, tears blinding her eyes. "You gave me love. That is more than enough." By morning, Mama Udoka was gone. Adamma buried her with trembling hands. No drums sounded. No mourners came. The earth swallowed the body quietly, as though used to taking people no one noticed. As Adamma stood alone beside the grave, the world suddenly felt too wide and too cruel. She was an orphan. And still, she did not know she was a princess.